Afternoon. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Timepiece Garden. And we're here at Garden 2. All of our rain has finally stopped. Yay! And we're going to go about 4 days with no insane rain. Yay! So, what does that mean? That means I need to do some feeding. I have my azalea food. Doesn't have to be this brand, you know. Azalea. And why I do azalea is blueberries like an acid soil, so do azaleas. And the food for azalea is made it so they have really good, spectacular blooms. So when I come to feed my blueberries, and it's time, it's probably past time, because they're starting to leaf out, which means they're going to start wanting to do buds. Yeah, it's a blueberry. Got several of them. That one's got a bud on it. And then this one here is doing really well as well. It's time for them to get fed, to get that first azalea food. Does that make sense? Which makes them want to bloom spectacularly. And then once they get into blooming and producing fruit, then you can give them like tomato food or a shrub food. And the shrub fruit I tend to, at the end of the season when they're looking at putting on new stems for next year. But first, it's azalea food. All the way down to this guy. And put my hand there so you can see he's got a little green bud right there. Just right there at his tips. Just little ones getting ready to start. Now's the time. Go ahead and feed him and feed all the strawberries. Give them all just give them a treat. Welcome to spring. Have a snack. So anyway, let me get busy with the azalea food for my blueberries. And I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Alrighty, well, I'm back here. Gonna get my measuring stick. Remember each hole here. It's 100 gallons. We're gonna go see how much rain we got. Having said that, the dent did not pop out, so we didn't catch 600 gallons. Let's hope we caught some. And this is how we tell. Get the screen out the way, and you can tell where it caught stuff. And put the stick in. It's touching bottom. Alright. So, I got 3 inches of water in the catchment tank. I got a bug on me. Alright, well, it caught water. I don't know if you can see in the shadow, kind of right there. It caught water. Sweet. Just not enough to pop the tank out yet. Alright, off to my next task. Next we'll be planting trees, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Panda's telling me to get to work. Alright, garden 3. Dun dun dun. What do we got? We got the last peach. We got the cherry. Quite obvious he's quite happy. And this is the pomegranate, and all in time when I get him in the ground. And the broccoli. Again, we're going to go 4 days where we're not excessively hot and we're not excessively cold, which means they need to go into the ground now. And then we've got a very light sprinkle scheduled for the 5th day, evening of the 4th, day of the 5th. Not supposed to be a deluge. So I've also got food going out for those things that have been out here, Get them in the ground, get them cardboarded, get the compost on them, And that way I can just sit here and baby them. Water as necessary. Working in the soil while it's moist from, the deluge we had yesterday. It's just awesome. I just keep it going, Go from one thing to the next. So, I have to remember where I was going to put the broccoli. I don't remember. I think this was lettuces. These guys are coming up, and I don't remember. I think these were radishes. I don't believe I planted anything here, because if you notice, I didn't weed any of it. I think this is where I meant to plant the radishes, because the back portion after the trees, because one of the trees go here, just like the peach that's there, and that's got the orchards in it, that's going to be tomatoes long term, in that corner there. So, yeah, I think this was supposed to be the broccoli. If not, I'll figure it out. It might have been that one, but I don't think so. I think it was this one. And then, I always have those moments. Maybe this was peppers. I don't remember. It's okay. I'm going to get the broccoli in here somewhere. And when I need a snack, I'll come over here and get some spinach greens. Having said that, these are all turnips. They're all coming up. So, just awesomeness. And every now and then, pull out a weed. Keep ahead of it while I can. All right, let me get busy. Got trees to do before I do other things. Panda's already on patrol along the fence line because the cows are over there. She is not chasing them, but she is patrolling the fence line. She's making sure they know that she knows that they're there. All right, talk to y'all in a few. Alrighty, I'm gonna start with this finger, that cherry, and then I'll do that cherry. Then I'll do this peach, and then I'll come back over and do the pomegranate over here. I got some broccolis down over there, and then I've got 4 broccolis that I'm gonna stick over here with the pomegranate, just because it's a larger space. And this first year, it won't make a difference. Pomegranates are early spring. They will die back they won't die back, but they'll bolt, just like lettuce is doing when it gets too hot. So they're not going to impact the pomegranate. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to do this cherry first because I've already got lettuces and carrots and radishes kind of planted around him. So I've got to be careful with him. So that's why I'm going to start with him first. Do him while I'm fresh, not tired, brain's clear. And then, yeah, do the rest. By the time I get to the pomegranate, it won't make a difference. All right, let me get busy. Talk to you in a few. Alrighty, everybody is planted and watered. Newest peach, there you go. Cherry there, pomegranate there. Did a quick check, everybody else is still doing good. Even my hazelnuts up here have got, their buds are a little happier and a little more open, which is awesome. Leaf buds, not flower buds, which is okay. I moved 2 of my containers out here. You can see the white one there and the blue one there. 3 of them actually, and black one there. So they can go ahead and start catching some rainwater out here, so I can water as necessary because I don't have the hoses set up yet. What it does is that's left me with a full container and an empty container in the hoop tunnel. Not a huge issue. Again, I've had a rodent in there. I've lost most of the stuff in there anyway. It's okay. I've got carrots and lettuces planted over here, and I got my orchards coming up that's self-planted, and it's all right. It's all good. Life will be awesome. So what's left? I need to, if you look at the peach down there, you can see where they got a stump ring, with pieces of wood, and then a good compost mulch fill. And then you look at this one here, and what you see is his cardboard. There we go, his cardboard. So I've still got to get their wood ring around them and their mulch compost on them, and that's next. But since I got to go up the hill to do that, I kind of got the cart full of stuff that needs to go back up the hill as well. So let me go on and get busy. Daylight's a-wasting, and I got stuff to do. Talk to you in a few. All right. There we go. This is a good sign. Always is a good sign. That is a fat, happy worm. He's just awesome. His friend is in here too. There you go. Here's his friend. Just fat and happy. All right, let me go put him back in the garden. It's 5:20, 61 degrees. trees are in. Nice ring of compost around them. You know, just big old logs and compost and wood chips and just awesomeness. And then what I was looking for, I was going to show, is the daffodils and the onions. Like this happens to be around one of the mulberries. That's one. That's two. There's a third one over there. Have all come up, you know, or for the most part have come up. There you go. He's right there. He's just barely tipping out of the soil. You know, so they're all either up or coming up. Does that make sense? Things like this one, I don't see it anywhere. All four corners, you know. Between the two hazelnuts, 6 of the 8 are up. It's just awesome, you know. Same thing down here with the apricots. Just kind of depends on where you look. Some of them are up, some of them aren't. And again, I didn't expect any of them to bloom this year. You know, there it is. Because I knew I saw one over here. There you see him. One of the daffodils. You know, I didn't expect any of them to bloom this year. But if they come up and, you know, get a little bit of sunshine, it's an awesome thing. Whew. For whatever reason, this bed's loving it. There's one there. There's another one over there up against the log. There's one here. There's one kind of over there. There's one over there. These are all around where the pomegranate is, so. Good times. You know, let them do what they do. One of the cherries. Again, logs all the way around. Sticks. I do the hugelkultur thing. You know, all of that stuff will rot and compost down and will make really rich organic soil. Same thing that happens in the forest. You know? So anyway, having said that, yeah, for the most part I'm done. I did a secondary errand, just walk up here real quick. I took a piece of string. Trying to get in the shade. There you go, so I can see the screen. I don't know if you can see it. Kinda, there it is. Very loosely tied around the pipe, and it goes all the way down to the corner T-post down there. There it is. And basically all that was doing was so I know where the water pipe is going to go. One of the things that I've learned off the first tank is if you want any kind of pressure, you need to get the 2 inches as close to where you're going to be watering as possible. So even though there's a valve up here, I want the pipe to run all the way to the corner and then down the hill. And then there'll be little T's where all of my beds are, and that's where the hose faucet will be. So it'll give it better pressure, as I understand researching. To do that, though, I'm going to need to clear me a path, and that's what the string is for. So I'm not, you know, I don't need to clear 20 feet. I just need to clear 3. So I can run the pipe, check for snakes, welcome to spring, and just do it. Otherwise, trees are planted, trees are watered, everybody's got some compost and logs. I got stuff to put away. Whew. And I'll talk to you in the morning. Panda says, squirrel, eats what's for dinner. It's her catch of the day.